Hey guys, and happy 2021. I think we can all agree that 2020 has been a very rough year on all of us. And now that the year is over, I've taken a few moments to reflect and look back on all the things I learned, the things I've gained, and the things I already have. So here are 20 things I learned in 2020 as a 20-year-old. In the beginning of lockdown, I really thought TikTok was this super cringy app that only 2001 above kids used. But wow, I honestly don't know where I'd be if it weren't for this app to help me get through all the stress that this year has brought. Secondly, I also learned that baking is a great stress reliever. Something about looking up deliciously fattening recipes on Pinterest and miraculously thinking I can bake my own bread without any experience whatsoever at 11 p.m. is pretty fun. But anyhow, I think they turned out pretty decent and edible for a beginner. Another thing to be grateful for is dogs. I will never understand how we humans deserve them, so hold your little furry friends tight tonight. But on a slightly more serious note, if there's one thing anybody's learned this past year is that things don't really go the way you plan. Like most students around the world, I, as an art major, had to learn how to continue school through a small screen and continue to do so with a 14-hour time difference the following semester. Which goes on to my next lesson, which is that it's okay that things don't go the way we plan. Because we'll learn to adapt and eventually see the positive in everything. Like the slow mornings, developing new hobbies, and spending lots of bonding time with our loved ones. Speaking of loved ones, you really don't know how much time you have with them. So hold them close and don't let the busyness of life take you away from what's always been right in front of you, because they're all you're ever going to need. A mindset I've been working on lately is to stop romanticizing overworking myself to reach maximal productivity. Burnout is not cool, so I like to remind myself to prioritize not just your long-term success, but your current successes, like your mental and physical health, your relationships, and most importantly, your happiness. So, instead of deliberately giving myself mental breakdowns from all the work I put on myself, I go outside. I find fresh air can do wonders for my anxiety, like a walk to the park, a hike, or a simple trip to your backyard or rooftop. And from this, I also learned that going back to nature is very therapeutic. The water, trees, the ground, the smell of salt in the air, the sound of waves can somehow help you heal whatever it is you're going through. Something I've really appreciated this year is the act of giving back in any way you can, whether it be $5 to a homeless or simply your time and ears for a friend in need. Another thing we can all relate to this year is doing something to get out of your comfort zone. With so much time in our hands, it's good to challenge yourself, whether it be learning a skill or just mustering up the courage to have a conversation with a stranger. You'll be surprised at what can come out of this. And you've got nothing to lose. 2020 has taken a great toll on my mental health. Whether you're being isolated alone or caged with people all the damn time because no one can leave the house, it's gonna make you go a little crazy. So I think it's okay to be a little selfish at times. Learn when you need to prioritize yourself. Have a little self-care ritual, whether it be taking a hot bath or making yourself a nice meal or binge watching Netflix all day. Also, I realized that your mental and physical health are intertwined. You can't take care of one without affecting the other, so learn what works for you. If yoga helps you clear your mind, be my guest. If dancing helps your serotonin levels go up, do it. I also think it's important to acknowledge that loneliness is more common than you think, and that if you're going through it right now, not being able to see anyone, living far from your friends and family, don't succumb to it. FaceTime the people you care about. Reach out. The right ones won't let you go through this alone. In a time where social media is more prevalent than ever, seeking for validation from others can be so important to us. We constantly worry that we're not pretty enough, not funny enough, not smart enough, when all the validation you really need comes from yourself and how you feel about yourself. So in a world that can be so cruel, harsh, and painful, I think it's important to remain soft and kind, because kindness does not make you weak. It is your strength. For it is incredibly hard to stay that way amidst all the pain there is in this world. Another great reminder when things go south is that it's not the end of the world. I mean, even if 2020 looks like it is. Even when you think it is, it's not. Because the fact that you're here watching this lame-ass video proves that you're alive and breathing. And I just want to congratulate you for that, because that in itself is worth celebrating. And last but not least, as cheesy as it sounds, you only live once. So make sure you live the life you want to live, not the life you think you should live, or the life others think you should live. And work towards your happiness. I really hope 2021 serves you well. And Happy New Year!